So, an artist that I really admire and who I think a lot of people admire is Lady Gaga. And something that's so cool about her is that you can find these old videos of her performing at these tiny little bars to an audience of like 20 people. And she's just like performing the hell out of these songs. And I'm sure in that situation, a lot of people might dial it back, but she didn't. So many people told her that she wasn't going to make it, even with some of her classmates going as far as to make like these really hateful Facebook groups to tear her down. But something that you could see even in those early performance videos was that she had such a clear idea of who she was and the art that she was trying to create. She was taking back the power to dictate who she was to people before they could dictate that to her. This kind of reminds me of an experience I had, albeit on a much smaller scale. I was in a band in college. It was a punk rock band. A friend asked me to be the lead singer, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, like, I'm never going to say no to an opportunity. And I knew going into it that if I didn't approach it with 100% confidence, it was just going to look bad and it was going to flop. So I remember like I put on this like black makeup and like black fishnets, like whole black outfit. It was just totally not my vibe, but like I was trying to sell a performance. I just went crazy with it. I was having so much fun. I was like getting on the floor and like dancing and like singing to people directly. And I knew that if I shied away or I didn't just attack it, it was going to flop. It was going to look so bad. And it didn't. So I think some things in life really only work if you would just attack it with 100% confidence. And I think that's especially true of art. I think a big reason why people are afraid to show confidence and why I was kind of afraid to show confidence for the longest time is because the world can be very hostile to confident people, especially when we feel like it's unearned. You know, because I think we see confident people, truly confident people, so rarely. And that's unfortunate. So a common phrase that you hear people say, and I'm sure that people said about Lady Gaga when she was performing in like the tiny little bar to 20 people is, who does she think she is? You know, like, who does she think she is? What gave her the audacity to think that she can just like perform like a superstar when nobody knows her name? Or something that I really want to encourage in artists is having the audacity, you know, to go out there and create what you want to create and present it with 100% confidence. When I encounter a very confident person and I feel the urge to ask, like, who do they think they are? Who does she think she is? Something I've tried to do to sort of counteract that is reflecting inward and asking myself, is this negative reaction because they're confident and I see that so rarely and I don't know what to do with that information? And a lot of the time, that is what it is. I think being truly confident and secure in your art and in yourself can really lead you to a lot of great opportunities for growth. I think when you're really secure in yourself, you can be in a room with people who are smarter than you, more talented than you, you know, have a better work ethic than you, and you can kind of look at that as an opportunity to learn from others as opposed to like feeling a sense of like competition with them. I think a big part of developing confidence is truly knowing who you are inside and out and spending a lot of time alone so that if someone comes along and tries to dictate to you who you are, you know, you won't believe it. Community is so important, but at the same time, I think having complete confidence in yourself and your ability to walk away from things that aren't serving you, like there is truly nothing and no one that can shake your belief in yourself. So something that's so important as an artist is being able to validate yourself. You know, when you have doubts about your work and your talent, not feeling a compulsion to like turn toward other people, you know, and ask, is my art good? Is it worthwhile? Like, is it worthy of being made? Like, the answer is yes, you are talented. Even if you're lacking skill, you can always learn and grow. It's not the end of the world. And that should excite you. You know, if you have a film like me, or like a piece of art that's like has flaws, you should look at that as like an exciting opportunity to like expand and improve and get excited for the next one. In order to live a life that is truly authentic and fulfilling to you, you're going to disappoint some people. Not everyone's going to understand your choices, but you can't be a slave to the opinions of other people. And you need to be okay with being misunderstood. Another visionary that I'm really inspired by is Steve Jobs. And he famously didn't like using focus groups because he felt that you should be the one to dictate to people what they want instead of them dictating that to you. And you shouldn't be caught up in, has this been done before? Will people like this? You know, what have people liked in the past? You know, you should have enough confidence in the ideas that you're putting out there that you just believe this is what people need, or this is what people will want, or it will find its audience, is what I like to say. I think one of the hardest parts of cultivating confidence for me is letting go of the fear of being seen trying. Despite what people say, it's not a sin to take yourself seriously and to want to be surrounded by other people that take themselves seriously. If you're very serious about your art and confident about what you want, I think that can be read a certain way in women. And I think a very challenging hurdle to get over, like in a journey to cultivating confidence in your art, is being okay with being misunderstood. Human beings at their core are just longing to be understood and to understand. So I think letting go of that can kind of feel like letting go of the ground beneath you. But I think you'll find that it's really freeing to live that way. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Thank you.